everything's good. Let me see. Let me see what I got going on here. Let's make sure everything is live and fine. And then we're going to get down to business. All right. So, hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stacey Storino. Normally, I'm with Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, my first seven-figure client. I now have others. And I have multiple people who are at six figures, multiple six figures, and folks that are at multiple five figures. I've been teaching marketing / content marketing, organic content marketing specifically for 8 years now. And my whole main purpose is to teach people how to drive traffic to their business so that they can do more business. If you're one of my students, or even if you're not, hashtag live, hashtag replay. I want to see which of my students are checking in live versus checking in on the replay. And if you have any questions for me, no matter who you are and when you're watching this, even if it's a replay in the future, for at least the first 24 hours, I do check my replays so that this way on my live, so this way I can kind of help you out if you need it. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't, because we have content on this channel every single week. Normally we have edited videos Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday and Friday. And then on a weekly basis, I'll do the live streams. I've been with the replays on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But for the last 2 weeks, including a lot of this one, I've only been doing the live streams and the replays. So just for anybody who's watching, just know that I am going to go back next week to weekly videos edited Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and we'll continue to do the live streams and the replays on Wednesdays. I've been working in the background on a couple of big projects, and I needed to pull Barney. I needed to pull Barney for that. Hey, Amy Lindblade, I did see your email. I'm not sure what happened. We will make sure to fix that glitchy thing because we do have that zip file, so you will get that. Hey, Miss Heather, what's going on? Hey, Bridget at Personal Space Creations, what's going on? Make sure that you guys give me a big thumbs up. That really helps me out more than you know. When you do a thumbs up and or you subscribe if you haven't yet, live or on the replay, that helps. If you give me a thumbs up live or on the replay, it's almost like you gave me a super chat, and you didn't even spend any money. You just gave me the thumbs up, because it will push out this live stream to more people while I'm live, and then also more people on the replay, okay? Because it'll be another data point that YouTube likes to see. So let me just greet everybody back really quickly, and then I'm going to get into the topic for today, which is how to use TikTok and Instagram in tandem with one another so that you have a really good growth strategy. Because I know a lot of people are like, it's hard to grow on Instagram. It's really not if you know what you're doing. A lot of my students watching this live or on the replay have my Socialgram shortcut course, and that's my Instagram deep dive course. And it'll show you basically how to turn everything that you do on Instagram, in a sense, into its own sales funnel. So let me just greet everybody. But I'm going to talk to you today about how you can be very intentional. I'm just greeting everybody. How you can be very intentional about the content that you publish. And it's not all going to be short form video content that we discussed today, but it's going to be a lot of it. And I want you guys to start looking at platforms in terms of what's going to be your growth vehicle versus what's a vehicle that is like your foundational vehicle. And it might be for some of you that we're not just talking simply Instagram versus TikTok. You might also have to, and for a lot of my pre-existing students, this might be the case, you might have to be covering the base of Facebook too. And advice that I've given you guys in the past about Facebook, I think by and large, I would keep, but for one tweak that I'm going to get to a little bit later on. Hey, Daniela, what's going on? Good to see you. And of course, if you're my students, either live or on the replay, and you want to share what you've done for your business this week in the comments section down below, that's cool. If you're my students, you also have the corresponding Facebook groups, and I still want to see you guys posting in there what you've done for your business. Are you working on a website? Are you updating a website? Are you adding more content to a website? Are you adding more products, whether they are, tangible products or digital products? Because I have people over 8 years of coaching, thousands of students, and it's like, who's a coach? Who's a course creator? Who is providing services, who's selling products on Etsy through their own website, or both. Like, I have so many different business models. And what I'm going to talk about today should cover everybody anyway, no matter what business model you are currently working off of. And the one thing I didn't do was bring in my cell phone, but that's okay. Hopefully my son's, doesn't call me from school. Hey, Denise, what's going on? Good to see you. So Denise, Bridget, Daniela, Heather, Miss Amy, please let me know if you so care to do so. Let me know how things are going for your businesses. Bye, honey. I love you. Have a great day. Steve, can you bring me my cell phone, please, honey? I don't know if you heard that, because God forbid my son calls from like the nurse's office or something at school. I want to be able to have it. I don't know if I've ever forgot my phone with my stuff. So we're going to look at TikTok as a growth vehicle and Instagram as a vehicle that I think by and large, no matter who you're selling to and what you're selling to them. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. You too, honey. I'll see you later. No matter what you're selling and no matter who you're selling it to, I do think it's important to have a very strategic presence on Instagram. Oh, hey, what's going on, Susie? The speckled loon is here. What's going on? Let me know what you've done for your business too this week. I know that product-based businesses, like tangible products, we're not talking about digital download people or coaches or course creators or influencers, but anybody who's got physical products, like normally this would be a busy time for you. You would have people doing their early holiday, end of the year kind of shopping from you. But I know that with all the supply chain issues, like if you've got product and you couldn't move it in the past, now is your time to move it. And I think with every week, that's going to become increasingly important to you. So I just want to throw that out for my product-based people. And again, make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up. It really does help in terms of the YouTube algorithm. It will get this pushed out to more people while it's live with notifications and then in the replay. Okay, so I think that for a lot of you, before I do anything, I always want to respond to you guys if you're playing along with me. So Bridget from Personal Space Creation says, our monthly live is tomorrow. I'm still taking photos for the website. Life got in the way of my plan. I hear you, girl. My mom was in and out of the hospital, but we are still going live anyway. And I want to celebrate Miss Bridget. And if anybody live or on the replay wants to cheer her on, because it's hard. People get sick. You get sick. Your people get sick. Who's got kids? Who's got grandkids? Who's got elder care, right? Like, people die, people are born, all sorts of crazy things happen. My mom was in and out of the hospital, and that was scary. She's got like 3 different things going wrong with her. And so like life's going to happen. And the older we are and the more responsibilities we have, the harder it's going to be to keep up with all of that. But I really want to recognize Bridget because she's still going forward anyway. As many of my regular students know, I always say perfect is the enemy of done. You just don't want bless this mess. And Bridget's gone live before. And how are you liking StreamYard, by the way? It's been a minute since I've checked in with you on that. Amy, good leadership, very good teamwork. Good way to go, Bridget. That's hard. Bridget's juggling a lot of things. She's got elder care. She has a brick and mortar business with one type of ideal customer. She has an online only business that has another type of customer. One's a B2B business. One's a B2C business, meaning business to business versus business to customer. So they're like kind of different spins on models. She's learning so much. She's applying so much, especially over the last like year and a half now. So I'm really proud of her. And just, you got to keep going. Daniela says our show went great. That's awesome. You had an in-person show. That's great. And Daniela is a products-based business too. Spent the last 2 weeks updating our web store. Very good. That's a lot of stress working on a website. It is. Even if you're techie, like there's a lot of stuff going on and getting all the content done and working out any snarls and keeping all the plugins updated. So she said today's focus is adding 4 pages of emails gathered at the show. Nice. All those contacts, all that lead capture. I love it. And sending out an introductory email to our new products to our VIPs. I think you should. I think anybody who is products based, whatever it is you have, shake your money maker. Get word out there that you do have stock, that you can be somebody's end of the year holiday shopping solution, because a lot of people are seeing empty, shelving on stores. So think about your ideal customer, and then we're going to circle back. I mean, you guys ask questions or share whatever you want to down there. But once we've exhausted all of that, I want to circle back around and get to the whole Instagram as your foundational platform and TikTok as your growth-based platform, because one of the many reasons why I also like having my cell phone with me is that Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill is now at, we just tipped it over, 817,000 followers on TikTok. It's very hard to see even if I put it into dark mode. But if you want to go and look at Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, we also own the account Joe's Dairy Bar, but we went with Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill to really work it. We're going to use the second channel, Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, or the second account on TikTok, to grow our YouTube channel. So that's going to be interesting. And in about a month or so, I do want to report back on how that's going and whether or not I would recommend to my students and my subscribers on this channel if it's really worth it to drive traffic that way, or has the TikTok algorithm progressed to the point where maybe it's suppressing you sending people off the platform. That's one of the ways anybody who's studied algorithmic compulsion under me understands that one of the biggest major reasons why an algorithm is going to penalize you is if you do send people off the platform. The 2 main reasons why any AI or artificial intelligence is going to run these algorithms, there's usually multiple ones, is to keep people on the platform longer so that they don't suffer MySpace disease and then, contract and become irrelevant. And then, of course, they've got to pay the bills. They got to pay all that staff and pay for all those servers and everything that store your data. So they need to serve up ads to you. That's their main monetization strategy. And it's all fair. All right, so let me get to you guys, and I'm going to circle back to Instagram as your main platform, or at least one of your main. You may have to toggle between Facebook and Instagram depending upon your niche, but that's like your main foundational platform, and then TikTok and how to use that as a growth platform for you. So Daniela, that's really cool. Make sure you send out a great indoctrination email to all of your new email list subscribers so that they know at least the top 2 social media platforms that you're on, that you're pretty persistently and consistently adding content to. Besides life getting in the way, you're very confident that those 2 platforms are going to be stocked with content on the regular. So this way you grow those platforms too, right? And then also let them know, this is what makes you different. You do, whenever you're talking and communicating, whether it's in an indoctrination email or a welcome email, that's what a lot of people call it, or anywhere else that you're doing content, you always want to say, our business does X for Y type of customer so that they can get Z, right? That's the deal. Let me repeat that again, because I know people who may be new to me or they weren't here when we discussed that formula a little bit more. I'd want to say like 2 replays ago now, 2 Wednesdays ago. My business does X for Y type of customer so that they can enjoy Z type of outcome. That's the basic formula. If in every piece of content, even if that's not the main thrust of content, and this includes emails and welcome and indoctrination emails, if you're not letting people know that when they're first on the email list, they might have gotten on to get a freebie or a coupon, but they're not really like gelling with why they really are part of your tribe and that they ought to stick around and that this is how they should identify you. So even in an indoctrination or welcome email, let alone separate pieces of content that people can find indexed in search or suggested by the algorithm. Is it on the explore page or tab on Instagram? Does the TikTok algorithm in this case push videos out on the For You page versus the folks you're already following on the following page or tab? But just keep that in mind for your indoctrination email. It's so super important to do. Because that first email, you get like 100% or almost 100% on the open rates. We wish that it was like that for any other email. Okay, so, all right. Heather said, hit a bit of a personal slump. I'm sorry. And didn't do much of or any social media posts for 2 weeks. We are doing in-person shows again. That's important because I know that was good for your business model before the pandemic hit. If I recall correctly. She says we're doing in-person shows again. First one last Saturday went good. Okay. Have another one tomorrow and one on Saturday. Very good. Daniela says, I'm not a techie. Photo editing took 4 days and about 5 hours per day alone. Girl, that's a learning curve. I know you're older like me and it's not always easy. So I do respect you a lot, Daniela. Cheer her on if you haven't already because it's hard. It's hard. Right? Amy Lindblade says, congrats, Stacey. Thank you, Miss Amy. And when I've resolved that issue, and I'll give you a screenshot if I can, and I will definitely let you know when to go back into your members area for what we discussed earlier by email today. Cool. So Bridget of Personal Space Creation says, this will be our second live with StreamYard. We got more views than I'd expected on Twitter. Jack Dorsey, curse you. But you know that for one of your 2 businesses, Bridget, you needed to be there. So it's, as I often say with you guys, you may totally can't stand a particular platform. Like in Bridget's case, Twitter. I can't stand Twitter either. If you're Gen X and above, you know it's like a cesspool. But if your people are there, Twitter is one of the older platforms. It's also one of the largest cocktail parties about anything and everything on earth. At some point when you're advanced and with a team, even if that's not a main place that your people are on, only when you're advanced, if it's not otherwise super important to your ideal customer, like it's not the top 1, 2, 3 platforms that they're absolutely on throughout the day, eventually I do think you should fold Twitter in, right? But yeah, you may hate it, but Bridget, you said you knew that for one of your 2 businesses, Twitter was very important to them. So look at you. You're going to where the attention is for that customer, and you're getting more attention and more people's attention than you thought. That means you're on the right track. You actually need, you poor soul, to double down on Twitter. She says probably going to be using 2 devices so that we can add Instagram Live to the mix. Very smartly done. Where is my little stand? I don't want to get out of the screen for too long. But when I go live on Facebook, if I can remember to do it, I will go live via desktop, like I'm on desktop right now. And then for Instagram Live, I, have this affixed, and I'll try to toggle back and forth between the 2. When you're first starting to do live streams, you're not going to feel comfortable doing it. And it's going to be hard toggling between the 2, making sure you answer all the questions. And I'm telling you, it is so important just from like being a polite, live streamer, so that you keep the people happy. But with every time you do this, it keeps the algorithm happy too on Instagram. Always wave at everybody who comes in, even if their handles are like a mouthful, like at least wave to them. And they like that. And a lot of them will tend to wave back to you. That's been my experience when I go live on Instagram. So it's like definitely a lot more data points for the algorithm to surface. And while you're live on Instagram, more of your current followers will be pinged, right? And they'll be pinged in the order in which they tend to engage with your content. So if they engage more, they're going to be prioritized in terms of receiving pings about your going live than anybody else. Now, before I go any further, lest I forget, dudes, there's more of you on here. Thumbs up. Give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps me out. It ain't got nothing to do with my ego. I don't care in one sense, but the more thumbs up that I get, the more this gets pushed out while I'm live to my current subscribers, the more the replay version of this will be pushed out to my current subscribers later. And then to boot, I'm more likely to get recommended out because I did optimize my live for YouTube with like tags in the description and the title and everything. So this could live on to even be recommended out on the homepage and in suggested on YouTube. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Let me go back. So yeah, you're going to want to be on Twitter, maybe even twice a week, because that one business, they're on there. And yes, I would go on live on Instagram. They still get really good priority. People do. It's like a corporate culture. They like to see lives on different platforms, right? So I would always do 2 for the price of 1 if you can. Heather says, any suggestions about how to get in-person contacts on the email list? Lots of cash payers said no thank you, did send a business card, and more of what we do post in terms of a postcard in each bag. That's a good backup way to do it. And I mean, I would not be offended by that. I think what I would do is have like a 60-second elevator pitch about why it's so important to get on the email list. Okay. So like some of you may know, if you like creep me on Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill and I go live there, I will often say, you know, make sure that you get onto our email list because you will instantaneously get a coupon good for 20% off your next in-person trip to Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, right? And I always give the disclaimer, you're not going to get that on Grubhub. You could get takeout or delivery on Grubhub, yes, but they don't accept our coupons. If you order directly through our site, Chow Now does the fulfillment and it does not accept our coupons. But you can do it in person, and that saves you 20%. Plus, you're going to get sneak peeks that nobody else is going to get. We always prioritize the sneak peeks with our email list first, then our Facebook group next, and then everybody on our Facebook page. Some people, they get really excited about like discounts. Some of them, they like the discounts, but they like freebies. Sometimes you get freebies with no additional purchase, and sometimes you get freebies with additional purchase with Joe's. It depends. You know, but I basically have like a 60-second elevator pitch that you're not just like want to sign up on my email list. I'm not saying you're doing this, Heather, but like if you were like, you want to be on the email list to get news, nobody wants that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Want to sign up on our email list to get a coupon good off 20% off your next purchase, or if you could do it while they're live and give them the purchase then and there to subscribe them to the email list, dealer's choice, you could do that. Or you would say, you know, we give you a coupon good for your next purchase from us, and you get sneak peeks of all upcoming collections. And, you know, because some people like to get the sneak peeks. They want the inside edge. They want to know. They're just curious, right? Like you've heard the phrase, inquiring minds want to know. And some people like the coupons good too, but I'm a nosy body and I like to know. So like if you guys listen to me on Joe's, I'm never like, and make sure that you go to this link to sign up for our email list, and that's it. And I try not to just lean on the 20% off coupon because I know that for some people, their triggers are different than others. Like in the gingerbread batch of frosting, for those of you who have that mini course and you bought it last year or the year before, like you guys know, we talk about different sales triggers that turn people on, and that you shouldn't always default when you're running sales promotions to just a coupon or a site-wide sale thing. And we discuss why and all the different variations that you can go through to entice different people, right? Especially when everyone's in a buying mood, and you can sell to them a different promotion every single darn day if you wanted to, and you are way less likely to get anybody go, hey, stop selling to me, because that's what so many of you are so afraid of. And meanwhile, 60% of all people initially get onto your email list because they want to be sold to. They just may not always be able to take you up on your offer. So, but I do like the way you've got your backup, Heather. That's very wise, because some people, you ever go into a store and you need help, right? You need help. And like somebody comes up to you and says, do you need, can I help you? And you're like, no, thank you. And meanwhile, you did, right? So like never take it personally. Don't like metabolize it in a negative way when you're at an in-person event. Is it an expo, right? You could be a coach or a course creator or any other kind of business, services and stuff, and you're in an expo trying to build up your email list. You're still going to get dissed and dismissed a lot of times, right? I think the book Go for No, which I really, really love, says, in fact, I know that they do, that you have to ask like 10 times on average, statistically speaking, to get a yes to anything, right? When you incentivize the yes, then you can increase the odds of getting people to say yes to you, whether it's a sale or get on your email list and it's a free thing to do or something else, right? So, but keep that in mind that some people will very reflexively say, no, thank you. And they'll take their stuff and go. But at least you've got that backup plan when you're selling physical products and stuff like that, right, guys? Or like you're giving away goodie bags in an expo if you're a different type of business model and you're trying to sign somebody up for like whatever percent off the first, service that they get with you or the first coaching package that they get with you or whatever. And a lot of people will go, no, thank you. But if you put stuff in the little goodie bag or in the bag from a purchase, depending upon your business model, that really is a very sage and wise way to kind of get people on the catch people on the rebound. And Danielle is right. She's got a ton of experience doing this. And she says it's not easy how they're doing shows, keeping up with product production, maintaining your website and marketing. And Heather agrees, Daniela, it is crazy and nerve-wracking to make sure that we're stocked enough for different size booths. We haven't done shows in 2 years. I know a lot of you guys with the physical products are out of practice. I know. Bridget at Personal Space Creation says, at Heather Dupay, we have locals that didn't even want an instant 30% off coupon when to add them to the email list. I know that's like really, really frustrating, right? But I think for a lot of you, you just need to keep in mind that it's just kind of like, can I help you when people come in the store and they desperately need help? And what do? Nope. No, thank you. But meanwhile, they circle back 5 minutes later and go, well, right? So it's kind of like that. Heather says, tomorrow's event is a wine tasting and shopping event. So I'm excited for this one. That's cool. And Amy is a good cheerleader. She says, congratulations, Danielle, on your craft fair and all of your new subscribers. Yes, make sure you get that email out as soon as possible to strike while the iron's hot, of course, while you're still top of mind, right? Make sure that indoctrination email, of course, it's going to have your website in there for them to go shop, to take advantage of a coupon, but make sure that that indoctrination email, if you have a YouTube channel, let them know. If you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, you're on TikTok, let them know. Okay, let them know in that email. I wouldn't link up more than 4 links or so because too many more than that is spam, or can be read by email service providers as spam. You guys make sure you give me a big thumbs up. I see more people are here. That really will help me get this pushed out to more people. So if you're just showing up now, even if you don't ask a question or anything like that, if you are getting any value or you know anybody else who's going to get value out of this, please make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up. It's a data point that the YouTube algorithm will definitely take into consideration to recommend this video out to more people. Now live and on the replay. Oh, really quickly before I forget, because I'm going to forget, the November popularity plan is available. So I'm going to drop a link to that sales page. Okay. For $37, you get for the month of November, 15 graphics. And I definitely took care to make sure that these are very fall and Thanksgiving-esque kind of graphics that you could use on Facebook, Instagram, even on Pinterest. You might have to resize it as a Pinterest pin, but you can do that. And then 15 corresponding captions that, again, you can use as part of your caption or description, even on Pinterest, but certainly for Facebook and Instagram feed posts too. So they will correspond with the 15 graphics. And then 4 emails that are templated, 1 assigned to every single week, so that this way you are covering your relationship marketing. And I'm sure you're going to put PSs and mentions about sales, especially because November is such a busy month. So let me tell you. And in fact, one of the captions for the 15 social media graphics, one of the 15 corresponding captions does build in for you to discuss like your big Black Friday through Cyber Monday deal. So again, if you don't love writing, you don't have a lot of time, you don't have time to come up with all the graphics, but you know you have to cover your daily base, this will help you with a lot of your relationship marketing type stuff so that you keep the community you have well fed, you optimize it properly, you will drive more eyeballs to your account over the course of a week, over the course of the month. So that's the popularity plan pack for November, and that is $37 for all of that, which is really very fair. So if you're a solopreneur, or even if you have a team but it's tiny and everyone's going just crazy, I think the popularity plan is a really good deal. And then if you're looking for a mini course from me, because some of my students really love my mini courses, so you're not having to pay like $997 or $1,997. I'm feeling you. So if you want the cranberry frosting course for $47 and you don't have it yet, it's an 8-lesson course. I just dropped the sales page for that too, because the card is open on both of those simultaneously. They'll both close at like 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Saturday, okay, while this is live. The 8-lesson course will help you to do relationship marketing and sales-based marketing in November. Yes, one of the lessons deals with Black Friday through Cyber Monday and all the prep work that you really need to do, even starting back in super early November, to make the most of Black Friday through Cyber Monday. Because if you think you're going to like parachute in the day or two before Black Friday or through Cyber Monday, or even a day or two before Thanksgiving itself, I'm not saying it's too late, but you could have drummed up a lot of excitement and been a lot more effective in capturing more leads and getting more sales. So the cranberry batch of frosting can help you with that. But the rest of the course is all about what to do over the course of November anyway, outside of Black Friday through Cyber Monday, right? So, and this is an unprecedented time, no matter what your business model is. This isn't just for the physical products contingency, it's for everybody. But with the physical products contingency, we have a lot of supply chain issues, and a lot of people are worried, and a lot of people are trying to get a lot of their shopping done now. And one stat that I will share with you from the cranberry batch of frosting, the course for the November marketing and sales, 60% of all people historically will do most of their shopping before Black Friday through Cyber Monday. So that was the case before the supply chain issue thing, right? So supply chain issue thing is swinging things way off its pendulum. If you're not making money now, you need the popularity plan to get out in front of enough people persistently and consistently enough. And then you need the cranberry batch of frosting so you can close on those sales and build up a relationship with your social following and your email list in a parallel way, so that December is even bigger and January does not have to be this horrible drop off if you're a products-based business. All right, so hold on. Chat got really busy. So Daniela says, Heather, I let people know that there's a discount code just for joining. A couple thousand people pass through our pavilion each day for 2 weekends. Only about 1% signed up for the list. I understand that. Like I said, about 1 out of 10 people, if you don't incentivize, will say yes. You could have more if the incentivization is proper. Bridget from Personal Space Creation says, we are doing a booth raffle at our next IRL in real life show. We will have the checkbox for permission, and we will contact the winner via email. Very smart. Heather says, wow, Daniela, okay. Ooh, Brookfield Candle Company. Hi, Brookfield Candle Company. Thank you for joining us. Is there an easy way to collect emails, such as a QR code that they just fill out at shows? I did a huge show this past weekend, and many did not want to take the time to write out emails. There's all sorts of different tech for that. People do have Square. People do have apps with QR codes that they can scan to get people on your list in a matter of like a click or filling out a field or two. I think that it's also easier, and this is what we do with Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, and we are heading towards 10,000 people on our email list. So just think about that, and we're a 7-figure business. You can get to 6 figures, multiple 6 and 7 without having this gondola huge email list, because it's just like your social platforms. You can't deposit followers in the bank, and y'all know this, but a lot of followers can be really exciting for social proof. If you have even a somewhat engaged community, so it doesn't look like the lights are on and no one's home, but what's most important is no matter how big or small your email list is, no matter how big or small your following is, you want to make sure that you have people that more likely than not can and will buy from you. That's what's most important. So you could have 100,000 people on your email list and barely be getting by at the end of the day. That's not a lie. I don't want to out certain people, but I know folks where that was the case for them and they were having a hard time getting conversions at a rate of 2% or better. 2% average whenever you're doing e-commerce. No matter what you're selling, is it products, is it services, what is it? 2% open rates, 2% click-through rates are average. If you're at least getting that, that's average. So that is a great idea, Bridget. Bridget's been in this business, and so is her husband for like a couple decades. She's been a student of mine for going on 2 years now. Heather says, I have Square for payments. I'm wondering if they have something I can turn on when they pay. I do think that they do. Double check that. Daniela says, way to go, Bridget. Lives are still scary for me. Same here. It's speaking in public. It's never going to get any easier, you guys. You're not alone. Public speaking is the number one thing that most people that are polled, surveyed from the 70s through the present time. It's the thing that people are most afraid of doing. Dying in a fire is number 2. So could you imagine there are people who would really rather die in a fire than speak live? But I've said this before and I'll say it again. The algorithms will still push out live streams, especially when there's engagement. And the humans love lives. Yeah, they'll appreciate that you post a replay, and if you can comment back on their comments and answer any questions later, that's definitely important to do, and it's cool. But what you don't want to do, you don't want to, what am I saying? You don't want to not go live because it's harder to get a community that feels like they're in touch with you. Like the last couple days that I've been going live on Joe's, and then we've been posting and recognizing like the members of the day and stuff like that in our Facebook group. And our Facebook groups, we're working on 3,200 people. We're way over 3,100 people right now in that Facebook group. And you get a feeling of community. We call our members the JDB family, right? So they love it when we go live. There was a point in time where I went live at least 5 days a week. Unless I was super sick, I didn't skip from 2016 till about a year ago. And then I got injured, and then I got COVID, and then I had long COVID, and it was just a mess. But grew up a huge following and helped to blow us up to 7 figures. You shouldn't, I know it's easy for me to say, don't be afraid of going live. Of course you're going to be afraid if you've never done it before. You get better at doing the thing by doing the thing. Just remember that the people who are already following you, subscribe to you, whatever the particular platform parlance is, they're there because they have that intersecting interest in common, that main pain point or that main passion point that would connect them with a business like yours. You're talking shop. You could talk to them all day long. And if you're speaking to their problem and how you, your products, your services, whatever could help to solve those problems, you're helping, not selling. So you're not being sleazy. You don't have to do sale every week. You could just be giving updates or just talking shop or tips, tricks, and techniques. Like my jewelry people will love to do things where maybe they're not launching jewelry right now, a collection. Maybe they're not retiring a jewelry collection right now. Maybe their weekly show isn't a trunk show. It was last week, and this week it's a give back to their community, and they're going to be talking about how different colored metals look differently and show up differently on different skin tones, and how different stones look better, again, on different skin tones, right? And different hair colors, and what's fashionable, and how you can use some pieces that you already have versus, maybe you do need some new pieces and some new updates. People love when you're in service to them. So they're going to love and vibe with those lives and those replays all day. And it's not all about the money. You're helping, knowing that not every person that watches can and will buy whatever it is that your offerings are. So you shouldn't feel bad about doing lives. And you got to know that you're never going to get better at doing lives if you don't actually do them. And it doesn't normally help to do lives in a very sporadic manner, because the humans have to be trained up that you're going to show up at least once a week, right? I do it here at least once a week, same bat time, same bat channel. I know I'm dating myself, but a lot of you have heard it. Like, my regulars know I am here doing lives and posting the replays. The lives go down at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays. They just do, right? So people know to set their watches and to show up if they can, right? You can do that too, because you can talk shop with your ideal customer too. Daniela says, it's crazy and nerve-wracking. I was trying my best not to lose it last week. Poor Daniela, you're so brave, though. I finally was able to buy a new laptop, and I'm still behind on getting all my old stuff on this new one. I know, I can't stand tech. I can't. Heather says, when you go live on 2 devices, I struggle with looking at one screen more than the other. I know. Again, it's something that you get. You know what? Let me put it to you like this, Heather, and everybody else who's having a hard time metabolizing. Like, how can I even go live at all? And then you're telling me, Stacey and Bridget and other folks, that you go live maybe on a desktop or a laptop, say on Facebook. You'll share from your Facebook page to your Facebook groups. Now you're already covering 2 bases. And then you go live on Instagram and you like put your phone in a stand, and then you're toggling between at least 2 platforms, right? How can you do that? Well, I'm never going to be able to do that because that's too many things. Is it though? Because you learned how to drive a car. I don't think anybody watching this is incapable of driving a vehicle. And whether you drive stick or you can drive stick or you don't, there's still a lot of things, even when you're driving a car automatic. You have to check in front of you. You have to check behind you. You got to check all your mirrors. You've got the foot pedal for the gas and the foot pedal for the brake. And, you're driving, and you might even be checking your gas. And God forbid you're even listening to something on the radio or whatever. Like, do you understand when you first started driving, you were like, how am I going to pull this off? And you're driving around in a parking lot and you're all paranoid schizophrenic. And now how many of us can juggle and toggle between all of those things responsibly, I hope, and that you drive from one place to another. And especially if you're used to driving there, you're like, oh, don't even remember the trip and I'm already here. It's like that when you get used to doing lives. I've been a regular since 2016. I promise you. Okay. I'm older than a lot of you watching this live or on the replay. I have facial palsy. You don't. I have all of the excuses possible to be too scared to go live. And it isn't easy in the beginning, just like driving a car and learning how to drive a car isn't easy in the beginning. So yes, you can toggle back and forth between things. And it's not just because I'm Stacey Storino and I'm all like, an extrovert and I'm crazy and stuff. No, it's like if you could drive a car, you can do this, really. And it's a lot less dangerous than driving a car, theoretically, right? So let me know in the comments down below whether you like lives or you don't, or you've done them or you don't. Does that resonate with you? Like, is that like an achievement unlocked in your brain? Like, oh, I can do this after all. Bridget says, yeah, locals follow us on Twitter. My content is repurposed there. Thank you, Amy. Daniela, that's me this week. Great idea, Bridget. Okay, so Daniela says, I'm not sure if it was a good move. I took free shipping for all sales off of our web store. It's costing us way too much money. Then I made free shipping over 100. This way I could use free shipping as a promo. Well, Daniela, why would that not be a good move? Is that just you second guessing yourself? Because it sounds to me like it's a very good move. Plus, with inflation and global supply chain issues and everything, if ever you guys were going to raise your price, you're going to have to, or you're not going to be profitable anyway. I think Dawna's here now. I see her from Transformational Healing by Dawna. She said, just put out my falling back into balance lookbook to email, launching it as an email sign up opt-in goodie today, which I think is very smart. Dawna, good for you. Dawna's one of my successful students. Very proud of her and her husband. They're just killing it. So that's really cool. If ever you're going to raise your prices, you have to do it now. You're not being mean. You're not being creepy. Dawna and I have talked about this on other lives. Like, even not-for-profits have to make money or they just can't operate. And last I checked, none of my students are not-for-profits. Like, we're all here to make money. and so if you somehow have some sort of hang-up about selling to people, no matter what business model you have, no matter what you sell and who you sell it to, and you feel dirty and less than because like you're pricing things for what they're worth, or you have to do away with certain promotions unless they sell over a certain threshold because you're losing money on that. Otherwise, like, why are you less than? Not sure you made the right move. Oh yes, Daniela, you made the right move. And I could all but guarantee you probably want to up your prices anyway. Heather says it's cheaper for us. I understand that. Um, Transformational Healing by Donna says, I took free shipping off Etsy completely and set it at $50 for the website. It has not affected sales. Thank you for your leadership sharing that. Donna is very high volume, very successful, and has multiple shops and business models now because she's a coach and a course creator as well. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you have a community and you have an email list and you have a dialed in social media following, even kind of just neutral, it shouldn't affect your sales. They know, like, and trust you enough. And believe me, everybody else has no choice but to increase their prices. And if shipping or other sorts of things don't make sense, they have to take it away, or you have to qualify for it at a certain level now. Join the club. That's what everyone's doing. So, I would highly recommend that you follow Donna's leadership and, quite frankly, Daniela's leadership too, even though it appears to me like she's second guessing herself and she shouldn't, and do what they're doing. Daniela says, thanks, Donna. Makes me feel better. Well, I'm glad. It's one thing that I say it, but Donna's kind of like, she's a physical products person. I'm a coach and a course creator myself. Like, that's my current business model. So hearing it from Donna, thank you so much, Donna. I know that helps Daniela, because you guys are more, more in the same situation. Bridget from Personal Space Creation says a QR code would be awesome. If someone figures it out, please share. Oh, you know what? You may be right, Donna. Melissa Pickle has a video on that, I think. That's the YouTube channel, The Handmade How, for those of you who don't know. Donna says, yes, you can turn the mailing list on in Square. I thought you could, but that's from talking to how many students through the years, not through personal experience. But I didn't want to lead you astray. Hey, Miss Melissa Parsons, what's going on there? What's going on here? Just a second. Okay, cool. So she says, good morning, #live. Good morning, Miss Marissa. Do you have any updates for us in terms of what you're doing with your business? Do you have any questions? And then I'm going to get to Instagram as foundational and TikTok as growth, and how to really look at them parallel. Donna said, I got tired of trying to do the Facebook page and group and Instagram all at the same time. Move my live to YouTube, much better. Well, did you see me kind of do that with Donna? I'm glad that you did that, because you're also going to get watch time here. So if you're going to do freebies and value adds and give backs and stuff like that, that's cool. We love our communities and we want to help everybody, right? Entrepreneurs are in the business of helping people solve problems, right? To get out of pain and into pleasure, or to just satisfy that passion point that they have for whatever the intersecting interest is that would bring them from their lives to a business like yours, right? But did you notice that I did that with the Funnel Fairy Godmother community? I was like, you know what? We're just going to bring that Wednesday thing here, right? Because they're not paying any extra for it, which is fine. I'm not complaining. But I'm like, at least let me get the watch time, and then they can come here. And then they've got all these other videos that my channel is stocked with too, and all these other playlists that they're organized into, so that whatever over and above I'm not satisfying here, they might be able to get their help through a YouTube video anyways. Amy says, great analogy. I haven't done a live yet, but I plan on it. My issue is always time. I always work up to 80 to 100 hours a week. I'm really trying to figure out how to work smarter, not harder. That is a challenge. Oh, and I do want to get back to that, Amy. Donna says, oh, and I had to increase prices on top of taking away free shipping. It's working just fine. And I think that's important. Daniela left. She said, have a great day, everyone. I have to get on with my day. Thanks, Stacey, for doing these sessions. We'll watch the replay. Bridget says, when I used Square's mailing list, I was getting hundreds of junk mail emails every month. Oh, I don't know why that would happen. I'm not saying I don't believe you, Bridget. Again, my products-based students might use that. And some of my direct sales people were using Square as well. I hadn't heard that, but maybe that's true. So let me get to the teachable moment here. Besides reminding everybody, the card is open simultaneously for both the popularity plan pack for November. That's the digital assets only. It's not a course. 15 social media graphics that are definitely fall and Thanksgiving and bounty-esque in terms of the design, which is really great. So they're super neutral. And so 15 graphics with 15 corresponding social media captions that are templated. You can certainly fill in the blanks, and that's enough if you like it. You can fill in the blanks and tweak it, and you're good to go, especially if you don't love writing, you don't have the time for writing and all that sort of stuff. The popularity plan can save you a bunch of time, especially if you're a solopreneur and or you don't have a team, or if you have a team but it's small and they're already maxed out. This will help you slash them cover like roughly half of your social media marketing for the month in terms of relationship based marketing. The same $37 pack also has within it for emails that are templated, one assigned to every week in the month of November. So this way, no matter how busy you are, you can shoot off a weekly email to stay top of mind, to get people to click on it more so that your emails are actually delivered more and not less. Because if you wait too long between emails, a trail can go cold, and paradoxically, you'll actually get, statistically speaking anyway, more unsubscribes as opposed to less. So your people need to hear from you a minimum of once a week. And I know some people will freak when I say this, but statistics show, studies, polls, surveys in the industry show that when you are emailing daily or close to daily, that's when you have the best, I mean it, that's when you have the best sales, and that's when you have the best rates. Some people might get pissed, but most people are like, hey, I signed up to be on this list. I want the inside scoop. I want access to the sales. I'll decide whether or not I can take advantage of them. I want their value adds. I want to know about their lives. I want to be reminded about the replays of any lives, especially bigger and more important ones. So please, please, please email your list more, not less. And then the second thing that the cart is also open for is for the Cranberry Batch of Frostin' for $47. That is an 8-lesson course that gives you marketing and sales plans that resonate and work best in the month of November. Yes, one of those lessons is about Black Friday through Cyber Monday and how to super prep for it. So this way you're really warming up that pizza oven for that, to slide the pizza of the sale in. If you're going to do it the day or so before Thanksgiving, you finally get the lead out. I'm not saying you can't do okay, but you would have likely done a whole lot better if you built up excitement for that launch or sale or promotion or whatever it is you're doing. So that's the Cranberry Batch of Frostin'. Both carts are open now. I put especially on the live, I put the links down below for each. The cart will close for both simultaneously at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, this coming Saturday. What the heck is the date for that? I am so fried. Let's see, because I've been working really, really late at night myself. So that would be this Saturday, the 23rd. Okay, so Instagram. If you're one of my Socialgram shortcut students, my Instagram deep dive marketing course students, you know that even though it is a very mature platform at this point, and even though it can be a very competitive platform, you can still grow a following that, importantly, you can sell to, that you can get them on the email list and you can sell to those people. And even if you narrow down the way in which your content is optimized on Instagram, like you're really going for narrower, smaller, more possibly, more capable of being competitive for them, keywords in your captions and hashtags to further optimize each piece of content, you know that even though the amount of followers may not balloon huge, you don't care. You're still going to get followers, but you're also more likely, from the fewer, more narrowed down niche type followers that you get on Instagram, you know that you can get more of those people to get on your email list, and you know that you can close more sales with more of them more often. That's what you get when you come out of the other side of taking the Socialgram Shortcut Deep Dive course. And we go all through all the different methods and levers that you can, use and or push in order to make Instagram really, in a holistic sense, an actual sales funnel for you. So like Facebook, I'm not down on Facebook. If you look at Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, either our Facebook page or our Facebook group, we're plugging along. It takes a lot of work to be able to get Facebook to kind of come live and like snap, crackle, and pop in terms of keeping a healthy community going and in terms of getting a lot of engagement. the EdgeRank algorithm on Facebook is really not nice, let me tell you. But Facebook is also a much older platform, comparatively speaking, than Instagram. Yes, Facebook bought Instagram years ago, but that platform still has more growth potential to it. Instagram, I'm not saying Facebook can't grow at all, but Facebook's very mature. If you look at the lifespan or the life cycle of a platform, you know, when you're going from cradle to where TikTok was a couple of years ago to, I don't want to say the grave, but like the more mature platform that, say, Facebook is, well, Facebook, you can start there, and depending upon your ideal customer, you may need to be there. You may need to have a presence there. I think your business needs to have a Facebook page that, even if you're just repurposing content from Instagram to Facebook, just to keep the base of that page covered where you're posting daily, that's important. Because if somebody comes by and they're like, they see that the lights are on, but no one's home all the time or most of the time, they're not going to follow you. Why would they? What's there to follow? The same thing with a group that you might have on Facebook. If they're not seeing a post a day, at least at a minimum, they're like, why bother? So if you're not really working a Facebook page or group, and then you're like, but when I do, sporadically, I really don't have a lot going on, I don't mean to be all finger waggling at you, but that's why. Because any newbie who could find even the most well-optimized piece of Facebook group or page content in search on Facebook, why should they go to you? So, like, you can be competitive on Facebook. We are on Joe's. We still make, I honestly would say, even in the off season, we can make close to $1,000 a week every single week just through the messages alone on Messenger. We can. And that's just Facebook. We can easily do that on Instagram as well. Okay. So let's jump over to Instagram. Instagram, no matter what you're selling and who you're selling it to, you need to have a serious presence on Instagram. You still can grow, especially because of Instagram Reels. And I've said this a bunch of times, so I'm not going to beat it to death here, but I will add. So even if all you did was one well-optimized Instagram Reel a day, and those things can only still go up to like a minute long, right? They may or may not be beta testing things, but right now, if you're watching me live around the replay on October 20th, we're talking up to 60 seconds for a video. And highly edited videos on Instagram for Reels or even TikToks, they don't tend to do well because that's not the current corporate culture. So before it changes, at least try to have a piece of Instagram Reel content that you publish also to your feed simultaneously, and that will help you cover two bases. I also have an article that I wanted to share just in case you're not in my, where did it go? If you're not in my Socialgram shortcut course, they're always kind of like changing things around a little. How to, and I'll only be talking for a couple minutes more. So if you want to like copy this link and paste it into like your notes or something, but this is how to share Instagram Reels 3 different ways. And if you haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, please make sure that you do, okay? Because that really helps me get this video pushed out to more people while I'm live through the notification system. And then the replay gets suggested out to more of my subscribers on YouTube after the replay. So if you could give this video a thumbs up, even if you did nothing else for me, that would really help me out and then all my subscribers out, and I would appreciate it. So thank you. I see the thumbs up start to go up. So thank you guys. More please, because that will really help. It's like you're giving me a tip for the time that I spend coaching here, and I really appreciate it. All right. So, and so Amy has a good question that I'll get to, and then we're going to talk about TikTok as a growth vehicle, running it parallel with Instagram, especially via Reels. But it's like you read my mind, Amy, because you said, I still don't get the difference between an Instagram Reel and just posting a video on Instagram. I understand it's important, but I'm old school and I still don't really get Reels. Okay, like you're not I know that's really okay. Let me answer your question and address your concern because I'm like 51, so I'm not a spring chick either. And if I sat back and allowed myself to not have my coach hat on, but I just had my content consumer hat on, I would be like, yeah, it's just stupid. But you don't get any sales if you don't go where the attention goes. And if you're trying to sell using Betamax sales met techniques when everyone's streaming, how successful can you really expect to be? Ooh, and the thumbs up are going up now. Thank you guys. That's true, right? So whether you get short form content video marketing or not, whether you would like it as a content consumer, you don't have to like it for you. But when you're marketing, you have to go where the attention goes and you have to put it in the medium that the humans are paying attention to and that the algorithm is going to favor, right? Instagram's desperate because TikTok is cleaning its clock even now. So Instagram needs to continue to push reels in order to be competitive. It needs to suggest those out in the followers feeds and or make sure that any sort of form of video is omnipresent in the feed. So the recent update in terms of Instagram TV being what they call IGTV, it's not just a name change. They've signaled that video is going to get a big old pusharoo, even if it's Instagram Reel versus up to 60 seconds video versus IGTV, which is now Instagram TV. If I slip, you'll forgive me. So Instagram TV videos are any videos that are shot or at least reformatted in vertical format that are up to now 60 minutes long. That is a new unlock that just recently happened because for a lot of people, without getting into all the details, you might be lucky if you could do a 10-minute video on IGTV, now Instagram TV. So they're so desperate to be competitive with TikTok for short form content marketing. And they're kind of frustrated over at Instagram that their long-term play to be more competitive with YouTube hasn't borne more fruit. So now they're like, fine, we will kill the fatted calf for anybody algorithmically search, even suggested on the Explore page or tab. We're going to push video like a mofo. So I'm not saying you don't do feed posts with like pictures or graphics or memes, especially if your community resonates with that. You got to keep your people happy too. And I'm not saying, and Instagram has not come out and said that they will not push, like, say, a static photo picture only feed post. They will. It's just that you're going to get more oomph and more bang for your content creator buck. And you're an entrepreneur, so you're not sitting around idly with nothing better to do. You're going to sit there and say, if I'm going to create content, it best earn its keep. That's why you have to do video. Now, whether you or somebody that you hire reformats into vertical content, your YouTube videos, for those of you, and a lot of my students have a YouTube channel, not all of them do, but for those that do, I would take any YouTube video that you have to format it so that it's in vertical content, vertical format rather. And then up to 60 minutes, you can have it show up in the feed, or at least an up to 60-second preview show up in the feed and get priority boost over a feed post that is just a photo or a graphic. If you really optimize any sort of content on Instagram well for search, even a static photo, like picture kind of, feed post, they can do well. But I'm telling you that you will get an unfair advantage with Instagram Reels. And I keep wanting to say IGTV, Instagram TV videos. Now, YouTube, you can go live or have a video or a video replay that can go up to almost a full day, and it will count on YouTube. Instagram ain't there yet. I don't know that Instagram ever will go there. I don't know that it will or it won't. But like up to an hour will cover almost anything that any of my students through the years have done on YouTube. And Instagram does have a help article that will talk about like the more specifics if you're not in my course to see how to turn this vertical, a pre-existing YouTube video vertical. So Instagram does have a help document that will show you, and they've kept it updated, how, what would qualify as IGTV, now Instagram TV. But I would definitely, if you have any pre-existing content, you doing it or hiring somebody to reformat this stuff to get it onto Instagram, to stock your Instagram feed more, and to get all that algorithmic boost, even if you're like, oh, I can't wrap my head around Instagram Reels, I would still do that because, Adam Mosseri, the CEO of Instagram, said now a couple months ago, Instagram is a video sharing app now. It is not a photo sharing app anymore. Amy says, I actually like the short form videos, but I don't understand why Reels is different than regular videos. I guess I don't understand how to do Reels correctly. Donna said, have to get to video editing because she does 2 to 3 YouTube videos in her channel now because she's trying to grow it. Just has a profitable day, everyone. I love that as a sign off. So Amy, yeah, the main difference really 30,000 foot view wise is that Instagram Reels are up to 60 seconds on Instagram. And then an Instagram TV video can go up to 60 minutes, right? So like, obviously you got to cover a lot of ground in 60 seconds. I do have a video on my YouTube channel that talks about, what's the title of it? We are going back a little bit here. What is the title of it? If I go to my YouTube channel and I go back a good 2-3 weeks ago, I did a script. It basically was like short form content script. I want to use the right title for it though. Because that'll help you to come up with what to do as a business owner to like get your point across within 60 seconds. To now on TikTok, you can go up to 3 minutes. I don't think it was how to plan content for, no, it wasn't how to plan content for TikTok. And it wasn't how to plan your content marketing that covered both TikTok and Instagram, really. Just give me a second. Because I want to share the link to that. I want to give you guys that video. That video. I'm going to have to share it into the groups because I don't want to spend too much time hanging out here trying to find it. But I do have a video on my channel that talks about, creating scripts for short form content and like how to hook their attention, how to keep their attention, how to build intrigue, and like how to, whether it's a relationship marketing, a tip, trick, or technique based like 60-second or less or up to 3 minutes on TikTok sort of thing, or whether it's entertainment, inspiration, education, and how to, and or just a straight up more salesy type video. On Instagram, those will work all day long as a reel or as a longer form, like up to 60 minutes Instagram TV type thing. But on TikTok, increasingly the corporate culture is now allowing for you to make sales-based pitches to people. As long as that's not all you do or predominantly what you do, you can start getting away with it more. And TikTok has been testing with beta testers shop in apps. So like for Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, once we turn it on, like if somebody's wearing a Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill shirt with our logo on it, and you're off in Hamburg, Germany, and you're like, I love them, but I'm not going to get a hamburger shipped from Dutchess County, New York to Hamburg, Germany, but I want a t-shirt. They'll see a grade, like a silver gray bar with writing on it that says shop the look. And if they tap that link, a page will open up in app that will allow them to make the purchase of, in this case, the t-shirt. And then, they'll close it out and they're still in app otherwise. Because TikTok knows that if it really wants to take Instagram down, it does have to allow entrepreneurs to be entrepreneurs. And it does have to allow marketers to market. So this is their hedge. And once they're ready to roll it out more wide stream to everyone, regardless of size, your face is going to fall off, because now if you've got the tech that they'll allow to, like for the t-shirt example, I know that they have an integration that they're working with Shopify. So like if Joe's were to do something like that, at least for now, we would need a Shopify store. And then we could sell our gear all day long, because that's what people have been begging us for with our global audience of we're getting towards 820,000 people on TikTok. So now let me make sure. So Amy says, so the only difference between Reels and regular videos on Instagram is time. That's the 30,000 foot view of it. They have to be in vertical format, both. So if you're repurposing YouTube videos, do go to the Instagram Help Center, and they're going to tell you what the deets are to be able to turn a YouTube video into vertical format. So that is the big deal. So I know quite a few of you have a YouTube channel. Start repurposing those videos, because they only just kind of changed things up with Instagram TV over the last 2 weeks or so. So you're going to get the huge algorithmic boost if you're playing their game and you're giving them more Instagram TV videos. So that's why I'm saying, like, if you're like, ew, I can't wrap my brain around Instagram Reels right now, I just can't do it. Well, then at least repurpose a YouTube video every single week as an Instagram TV video and make sure it's properly optimized. And you're going to be very happy with the results, because Instagram is desperate. Otherwise, eventually TikTok is just like the app that ate Manhattan. You know what I mean? It's just going to take everybody over. What is it? App Annie had a poll. There's statistics out there. Let me just put it to you like this, that there are a lot of users are using TikTok as much as they use YouTube now. So YouTube's running scared. Everyone's running scared. You can't not be on TikTok. So, but the only other thing I would say, Amy Lynn Blade and everybody else, is you can just import like an up to 60-second video from your camera roll into the Instagram Reels editor and just pop it out there with a caption. You can have up to 2,200 characters in that caption. And in that caption has to be all 30 of your hashtags. Same thing for Instagram TV videos that are longer. Besides being in vertical format, you also get a caption for every Instagram TV video. And that's another 2,200 characters a piece. Do put all 30 of your hashtags in there as well. You get to optimize with up to 30 hashtags for Instagram Reels or Instagram TV videos, right? So it's not just the length, because you can use the, when you upload it as an Instagram Reel, they do give you options, like you could put stickers in, you could put music, you could put sound effects and stuff like that. I would highly recommend, Amy and everybody else, when you upload your raw camera footage to Instagram Reels as editor, that you're using their sound effects, you're using their stickers, you're using any sort of filters or special effects that you would like to go with that video. Don't just put up a completely edited video and barf it out with a caption. Because yeah, a really well optimized caption with all the hashtags in it, that will help you to be found and search more. It will also help the algorithm decide who to do digital matchmaking for in terms of the explore page or tab on Instagram. The more data you give these algorithms, the better decisions they can make for you. Besides just straight up search, you will get suggested, and that's a double hit. It's a double boost, right, per piece of content. But you will get even more algorithmic blessings if you layer in sounds or sound effects, if you layer in stickers or filters and stuff. YouTube has a ton of different videos on it to show you how to create a reel click by click. It is not hard. Oh yeah, the speckled loon by CZB says, oh, the repurposing one is a good idea, is a good one. Thank you. So now let's talk about TikTok really quickly, about how that's your growth vehicle. So it's really great and all that you're on Instagram, because I would say for any of you, no matter what you're selling and who you're selling it to, Instagram is a place that people go to shop, in-app, outside the app, both. In fact, what is it? Like 80% of all users on Instagram, something like that, most Instagram users want to follow businesses, want to consume their content, love it all day long. sales-based, relationship-based marketing, things that are a bit of both. It's all fair game. Instagram, you can practically, pardon the expression, whore yourself out, and they will love it. As long as you are providing a lot of value add and community-based stuff too, you can otherwise sell very hard on Instagram and you'll be fine. The average user won't be offended. A year ago, if you did that on TikTok, they might have been. But the corporate culture is changing over because more adults are going on to TikTok. I said about a month ago that 52% of all TikTok users are now adults. And they're mostly millennials and Gen X. So those are still people who are upwardly mobile and or in their prime, who are gainfully employed, who are looking to shop. And that is definitely tilting everything over on TikTok. TikTok doesn't care because they know that entrepreneurs and or marketers want to spend money on ads and to boost things. That will help them make more money. So TikTok's not against that. So now TikTok started out on one end of the spectrum as like a baby app a couple years ago, and Facebook's like an elderly app. I hate to say it, comparatively speaking, on the lifespan of apps. Okay. And then TikTok is now starting to come up the middle and become more mature. And it's happening a lot faster than it ever happened for Instagram or Facebook or even YouTube. So ignore TikTok at your own risk. So my only other recommendation is to see that you have to work both Instagram and TikTok ideally. I know life gets in the way. You're busy. We're all adults watching this live and on the replay. Odds are we've got kids, we've got grandkids, we've got work, we've got full-time jobs, we've got side hustles. It's the holidays. I know. But can I just brag on it and say that any students who listened to me last year who worked Instagram Reels when that became available in America, UK, Scotland, and Australia, and New Zealand all around the summer of last year, their businesses blew the frig up. Who went to six figures, who wasn't there already, who is like solid multiple five figures, whose email list exploded. They listened to me, and the goal was to do at least one a day. I wasn't telling any full-blown adult to try and do 4 to 7 Instagram Reels and or TikToks a day. You wouldn't listen to me, and most of you wouldn't have the ability to do it even if you wanted to. But once a day is fine. People's businesses blew up a year ago. Lots of people are blowing up now. It's really, but 52% of the users are adults, so more adults are just going to come on, as now TikTok is more towards the center. It is becoming like a young adult kind of app. It's not a mature app yet, but it's getting there, and it's like on the express route to do it. So this is an important snapshot of time where you really need to do it. So if you're like, well, how? So TikTok is your growth vehicle. Instagram is a solid foundational thing for you. A year ago, you might have tried to fight with me more that no matter what you were selling and who you were selling it to, TikTok was not the place for you. Because all you saw, if you tried to download the app and use it, is that initially when the app and the algorithm doesn't understand who you are as a user yet, you're getting fed a lot of kid stuff. And last year, it was still mostly kid stuff. Now, it's more than half adult users. So slowly but surely, you will see the pendulum swing to more, when I say mature content, I don't mean necessarily rated X content. What I mean is like less dumb content. It's going to start to feel like Instagram, but like, a little bit fresher in terms of the vibe. Does that make sense? So TikTok is your growth vehicle. TikTok allows you up to 3 minutes on a video, but if you're like, Stace, I'm pressed for time, then do up to a 60 second, up to, it doesn't even have to be that long, up to 60 second or 1 minute piece of raw video for Instagram Reels. When you're done editing that, you've released your Instagram Reel, just take the same raw footage from your camera roll and upload it to TikTok. Use TikTok's sound effects, music, TikTok's filters, stickers, special effects where applicable, and then just publish it there on TikTok. Please do not do a TikTok, pull it down into your camera roll, and then push it up wholesale onto Instagram Reels or vice versa. For the benefit of anybody who hadn't heard this before, you can get a content strike because the music and sound effects and filters and stickers that are okay on one app are not necessarily all okay on another app. They are owned by two separate companies. They don't all have the same contracts. Be careful, but at least you can do the raw footage. And even though on TikTok you could go to 3 minutes, as of right now, like 45 to 60 seconds performs best on TikTok anyway. So don't have any sort of FOMO about, well, maybe I need to create 2 sets of content anyway, because I can go up to 3 minutes on TikTok and only get up to a minute on Instagram Reels. Now, on Reels, 30 to 45 seconds performs well. On TikTok, you can go 45 seconds to a minute and that performs well. Longer isn't always better just because you have the option to do it. So yes, you can take the same raw piece of content from your camera roll, put it into Reels, put it into TikTok once a day, cover your base. Okay, so let me just make sure everybody's in a good place here. Amy says, I seriously love TikTok now. I have to force myself to get on, post, and get off. Set a timer on your app. Set a timer on your the timer app on your phone, because you can go down the rabbit hole so easily. That's understood to be one of the reasons why TikTok performs as well, or why people will spend as much time on TikTok as they do on YouTube. As they do on YouTube. YouTube Shorts is there too. I don't want to melt everybody's brain down with that, but it is there too. All right, so we have gone way over time, but I know you guys aren't complaining. Please make sure that you leave me a big thumbs up. It does help this get suggested out more, especially on the replay. Amy, as soon as I'm off, I'm going to take care of your thing, and then I'll send you an email back, and you should be good. I don't want to leave you as a loose end. And everybody else is in a good place, right? So yeah, TikTok is your growth vehicle, because right now Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill is bigger than Coke, bigger than Pepsi on TikTok, bigger than Chick-fil-A, bigger than Burger King, bigger than McDonald's, bigger than Wendy's, I believe, bigger than Carvel, and bigger than Ben & Jerry's. And in some cases, we are 4 to 5 times bigger. And we now have an upward trajectory where we're gaining 1,000 to 2,000 fans or followers daily, pretty much do or die situation. We're on track to hit 1 million by the end of the year. I really do think so. And we don't even post every single day. We're not perfect. Perfect's the enemy of done. You just don't want bless this mess. You don't want to be like, you're just shooting yourself in the foot when you're like, no, I don't believe that I could keep up with that. Even if it's close to every day, you will see a growth, because TikTok's going to be your growth model. And you're going to have your link in bio for TikTok be the same link in bio that I would tell you to have on Instagram. That would be the same link in your about page or bio on a Facebook page or group. It is not to your website. It's to your email opt-in form. And I do have a YouTube video that specifically is titled, you couldn't even mess this up if you wanted to. It says, here, where's my dashboard? Here's my content. It says, nope, wrong Asana tab. I have so many projects going on. Why your link is literally, this video says why your link in bio on Instagram shouldn't be to your website. So we're out of time here, but I just want to make sure that you guys, if you haven't seen that video yet, you need to, because that's going to really give you the deep dive explanation about give up, let go of it being your website. Even a baby boomer knows that they can open up another tab in browser and look up the name of your store. Okay. Have the link in bio be to your 20% off coupon or whatever, right? Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, we walk the talk. Okay. We walk the talk. On TikTok, we are going to be changing from our website, and our website is festooned with places to get on our email list, we're still getting lots of email signups from TikTok and all sorts of places. But we're not like you, like we're a one location food service establishment. Once we launch our merch store, then we can say, hey, everyone and their mother, instead of going to Joe's, go to this link to get 20% off your first merch purchase from Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill. It would make better sense for us then. For everybody else, we walk our talk on every other platform too, even in their YouTube videos. It's one of the first links in every show note or description for our videos. It's our opt-in link. So make sure that you're capturing those leads, because lots of people are not going to buy from you first rattle out of the box, because, you know, they need more know, like, and trust factor before they feel comfortable enough to do that. Some people, boom, they can drop right down to the bottom of your funnel. I'm not saying they can't do that, but most people are just like, okay, I'll get on the email list. It's free. I want the email opt-in goodie. I want the coupon. I want both. Oh, and Bridget says, how's Barney's dad? So really quickly, my video editor, last year he had COVID. He was in the hospital for like 2 weeks, and that was horrible. I was so freaked out for him. This year, it turns out both Barney and his parents, who he still lives with, they all got COVID. But his mother and he have he has zero symptoms. So I don't want to get into all the natural immunity, but they were only swabbing him just to check him, and he's fine. His mother, who had not had it before, she is older, but she just had like a cough and basically feels fine. So she's okay. The father was in the hospital. He got discharged a couple days ago. He has some exercises with like a breathing machine or whatever. But they finished giving him all of his shots and stuff like that. And so he's just home, and I think they're all on like they're quarantined for at least, I think, another week or a couple more days. So that's how Barney's dad is doing. All right, everybody. So I think I've left you in a good place. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps it both live and on the replay. When you do, more of my subscribers will see it. If you know of anybody who would love to have live coaching, and get their questions answered, make sure that you share this channel out with them and let them know that every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do come on live for about an hour, if not longer, much longer today. And we will give them the attention that they want and need. Yay. Amy says, so glad that Barney's dad is better. We all are, because he was older and we were worried about him. So thank you so much for all of your prayers and well wishes, everybody. And don't forget, Popularity Plan and Cranberry Frostin' card ends on both of them this Saturday at Eastern Standard. This Saturday, October 23rd at Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whew. It's been a long hour and a half, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.